A Newport Richey teen is sharing her battle with COVID-19. 19-year-old Julia Riccardi was hospitalized for 3 weeks, much of it on a ventilator. And her mom says at one point a doctor told her, "I've done all I can do. It's in God's hands." Incredibly, she pulled through, though. And Fox 13's Jennifer Holton spoke with the teen today about her experience and her recovery.
Julia Riccardi says her first inkling of COVID-19 symptoms last August was a low-grade fever.
I had a fever for like a week. I thought I just had like a cold or something.
But within days, her mother Jennifer says that all changed.
When I looked at her, she didn't look well, but her fingernails and her toes were blue. They were purple. There was no shortness of breath. There was no labored breathing. There was none of those signs.
Results of a COVID test were still pending, and knowing her daughter was unvaccinated and her diabetes made her high risk, Jennifer didn't want to take any chances. So she took her to North Bay Hospital, where she learned her oxygen levels were at 50%.
I remember being wheeled back and put on a bed with an oxygen mask. And then that's all I remember until I woke up at Johns Hopkins.
Julia was life-flighted to Johns Hopkins All Children's and immediately intubated, a moment Jennifer says she will never forget.
To hear them, that they put my 19-year-old daughter on a ventilator, it was like the life was sucked out of me.
It would be just over 2 weeks before Julia woke up. On Labor Day, she was discharged and began a journey post-COVID that she says she's still working through.
At my worst, I felt very fatigued, even just walking down the hallway. So I'm definitely better in that sense. I'm back to the gym 3, sometimes 4 days a week.
All Children's Hospital says they've seen an uptick in COVID cases since the time Julia was under their care. Johns Hopkins saw 55 cases in December, a number that surged to 500 plus COVID cases in the first 2 weeks of January alone. Julia, who received a vaccine in December, wants others to know it could happen to anyone.
So I would say, if you don't think it's that serious, just think about it a little bit more.
Jennifer Holton, Fox 13 News.
Well, All Children says that Julia suffered from COVID pneumonia. Her mom, Jennifer, says doctors at North Bay told her that they believed it was the Delta variant based on the severity and the quick onset of her symptoms. We're glad she is okay.
We are.